My name's Helen Phoebe and I'm Head of the Curatorial Programme at Yorkshire Sculpture Park. I'm also really delighted to collaborate with Selfridges to co-curate the art block in the Duke Street entrance. We'd been in contact with Selfridges for a few years because although from the outside they might look like very different organisations, actually our core purpose is very similar. The fact that we really want to bring the best of creative practice to as many people as possible.
My name's William Darrell and I'm an artist and I make these kinetic machines. They're sort of satisfying, hypnotic creations that come from all sorts of different organic and mechanical components. There's so much movement in nature, in every biological organism that I see, even those that seem to be inanimate, like plants. During lockdown, we were all sitting still and all the plants were bursting into life. They were having more of a good time than we were and felt more alive. It's not something that you necessarily have to buy to experience and enjoy. It's on a different level of communication. It's really great that these big brands support artists. There's so much creativity to be seen that just doesn't always lend itself well to commerce and does so much for artists trying to get their work shown.
We have a discussed element to do with bone because we're not used to seeing it. You forget that it's been used for so many making practices throughout history. I'm Emma WITTER and I was selected by Selfridges to be the artist in residence at Picton Studios. Picton Studios is a building that's owned by Selfridges. It's right close to the store. And one of the floors is available to artists as a live-work residency for 6 months to stay and produce work and sort of further their career. My new obsession is with eggshells. So I've been pulverising them and then mixing them with resin, creating a new material and then casting shapes from it. I've really loved going through the Selfridges food hall. I'll just sort of go and wander in there for inspiration quite often. And it was quite inevitable that I'd sort of strike up a conversation with the butchers and they'll save me a lot of the bones that are left at the end of the day and bring them home to work with. They seemed quite interested in what happens next. My work surprises people if you hear about somebody who's making work with bone, that it would be quite dark and quite aggressive, and I think people are often quite pleasantly surprised by how light they are and how sort of really delicate.
My name is MAIYE. I'm an interdisciplinary artist based in London. I was the second recipient of the Picton Studios residency in 2019. After Picton, I moved down the road to VO Studios, which is where I've set up now. I think Picton gave me a fundamental base to be able to expand my practice into what it is now, and how I just approach drawing and material and what it means to be an image maker. Since last year, I've been heavily leaning into drawing in my practice, but more so kind of blurring the lines of drawing and what drawing can mean. How I could do self-portraits, which were semi-abstract, but also document myself in the process. It can be quite hard to get the resources you need to flourish. So incentives like this are really important in terms of like even just having access to space. It puts you in a different headspace in terms of how you approach your work, being at ease.
I'm Hannah Barry and I run Bold Tendencies, a not-for-profit organisation based in this car park. Selfridges have supported our programme for many years. We've always tried to talk about Making ideas happen that are special and hopefully memorable. I was going to have a look at the new cinema at Selfridges. To get there, we walked through the loading bay and I said, what an amazing place. This would be perfect for performance. It's thrilling for anybody who hears about it to think there is a space that has never been opened before for anything other than deliveries and rubbish collection. For 3 evenings, that place will be illuminated in a new way. It will be filled with new work by Sharon Ayal, and what could be more thrilling than that, to be honest? For me, Sharon Ayal is one of the most radical choreographers at work today. The style of her work is iconic. It is the kind of rare and special fusion of high classical dance ballet with the world of the underground, and by which I mean not just rave culture, but also the underbelly of all of our human experience, and that is what informs the movement and the work that she makes. From shop floor to shareholder, there is a sense at Selfridges that creativity is at its core.